Warning, the following podcast is intended for immature dads only. Listener discretion is advised. This is Dad's Game Review, the most casual hardcore gamers around. Reviews and news from every platform. We waste our time so you don't have to.
What's up, kids? Welcome to another episode of Dad's Game Review. Sorry I couldn't find the applause button on that one.
I was filling in with my claps.
It's going to bug me now. There it is. Okay, sorry. That's what happens when I move things and I go, well, this makes sense. It should be over here. And then I forget. How you doing, Josh?
I mean, it's another day. Hey, I'm happy it's Friday. That's for damn sure. It's been stressful lately. What about you?
I forgot the opener. I had a great thing for our opener.
Oh, no, wait. Let's reintroduce. Okay, so you're Paul Squilacci.
I'm Paul Squilacci, and this is Josh Gush.
Can you get my name right after 2 years?
Jesus
Games. Christ.
I'll tell you something, though. If overthinking was a cardio, Josh would be in Olympic shape.
Oh, my God. My heart would be just like an athlete. Oh, overthinking and anxiety? Yeah, that's why I get my heart in shape. You just stress out about things.
I've been sitting on that for 4 weeks, man.
Well, I know we haven't even recorded in 4 freaking weeks. What even happened? Something happened that caused you to not... So why didn't we record for 4 weeks?
So I'm a typical fat guy, and I went to my doctor.
Oh, I remember.
Went to my doctor, and this was in July, though, and I said, hey, I need to not be fat anymore. I was like, I have a stent in my heart. I says, I have 1 kidney. I'm a cancer survivor. And he's like, great, let's try Zepbound. It's a GLP-1 drug that you inject to yourself. We've already
talked a little bit about those and how I'm not a fan and they can cause problems.
All right. Lost 60 pounds, right? Problem is, there's a couple of problems other than health. It's $500 per month, which I don't have. That's like a car payment. So I was stretching them out. You know how I was taking half of what he normally said to take.
My wife did that too when she was on, yeah.
And it worked fine. Because
she still lost.
I still lost a lot of weight, obviously, 60 pounds, right? And I had 1 dose left, but it was a little bit more than the normal dose. So instead of it being 2.5, it was 3.5. So I told my wife, the nurse, and I said, don't worry about it. I said, just give me it. Just give me it. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Took it that Friday. It was the Friday we were off, so we didn't record that Friday. But the next day, Saturday, I was feeling pain in my side. Right in the stomach area, but almost on the side. Like somebody had stabbed the side of my...
Like right under your ribs. Right
under my...
There
you go. Right under my ribs, right? Sunday comes, and I can't even get out of bed. I am in that much pain. I'm like, oh, I'm making noises. So I'm just kind of I'm walking around like an 80-year-old man. I'm hunched over. I'm like, there's something wrong. And then my wife was like, you don't look good. And I said, something is wrong. I'm in a lot of pain. And she goes, well, you should go to the ER. And right away, as a guy, of course, I'm like, psh,
yeah, we don't need no doctor. I'll walk it off.
I'll be fine. Let me just see how this goes, right? So he goes, where are you at with it? This is an ER doctor. He doesn't know me. So he's like, where are you at with it? He goes, you've been losing weight? I said, well, I lost 60 pounds. He's like, all right, great. He goes, look, let's call that a win, and we're going to stop, right? With the GLP-1s. He goes, we're going to find a way for you to close your mouth other than chemically so that you keep losing your weight.
Right. So now this is when we learn self-discipline and control.
Yeah. So I just was like, but it works so well. It works so well.
I kept checking up on him over a week or so. He was down and out for a while. Pancreatitis is severe. It's severely painful. You don't want to do anything with your pancreas.
So I went home and I'm like, what do I do? He's like, here's 5 days worth of Norco. He goes, you do nothing. He's like, you just do nothing. He goes, you just go home and you let the levels come down. He's like, you just kind of hang out. He's like, don't drink alcohol. I'm like, damn it.
Yeah, that's how you inflame the pancreas
And
again.
he's like, no sugar, no alcohol, no this, no that, no that. And I'm like, okay, great. And
So you reminded me, I
so,
actually had a health scare. I'll try and make it shorter
all
here.
right,
It
go
was
ahead.
a health
Sorry,
scare that
it took up a little
um,
time.
this is something actually this might be good for the listeners if we have Dad's Game Review older people.
Yeah,
Um, something that just freaked me the freak out about a blood test that I had to do my own research on because my doctor wouldn't get back to me. I did a first blood test in 3 years. I'm kind of freaked out because I lived a life of addiction and stuff like that. I'm ready to die
yeah,
at any point. Cancer's coming anytime. So every time I get a blood test, I'm like freaking out. Well, I tested high, really high, like dangerous level critical highs for potassium. Everything else in my body looked fine. Every other thing was green, but the potassium was in levels of like instant cardiac arrest at any time, or you're in
Christ.
chronic kidney failure.
Right, right.
And I researched all that and I'm freaking out. I contact my doctor. She's not getting back to me for 4 days. I'm doing my own research because I over research things. I look them up. And it
Yeah,
finally came down. And this, so you know this, guys, when you get a blood test. So I had trouble with collapsed veins being an alcoholic. They could never, I was dehydrated, never could get stuff out of my veins. So when they put that little tourniquet on you and they tell you to squeeze your fist,
yeah,
I squeezed it as freaking hard as I could and I pumped it like 20, 30 times because I wanted to make this easy on the nurse. So I tried
right.
to, and I did. I bulged my freaking vein out like crazy. Well, it turns out when you do that and they put the tourniquet on you, you bust your own red blood cells and potassium instantly goes into the blood that they're about to take. So
Oh
it gives you a
man.
high reading. So men, if you get a high reading out there and you're like, what the shit? Just don't pump your fists so hard. Don't be so manly before they take your blood. Do a little clench right there. Just that's all
Right,
you got to
right.
do. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
that was my thing. Freaked me out. So I thought I was dying for a couple of days. But anyway, gaming. What did we do for gaming?
Oh, yeah. So let's move on to gaming. That's right. I forgot. This was Dad's medical
This
review.
is this is not Dad's medical review. This is Dad's game
This-
review.
we played Lego Adventures, Lego Horizon Adventures. Sorry, my bad.
And of course, because I can do nothing small, I played Lego Horizon Adventures. I also played all the way through Horizon Zero Dawn, and I also played Horizon Call of the Mountain VR.
You know, can I tell you something though? Oh, so I mean, I told everybody. I mean, I put it on Twix, but I bought a PlayStation Portable, and I got up to like 50% of Lego. Had it not been for that machine playing that at night, every night for like an hour and a half in my bed, I never would have gotten that far.
And I just want to ask the listeners right now too. Okay, so what do you do when you have a sick day? When you're homesick and you're stuck laying in bed or laying on the couch, don't you play video games? Don't you watch TV and play video games? He had a month to play a 5-6 hour Lego game,
See,
and he got
normally,
halfway through it. This is what I fucking deal with, you guys.
haven't
I
I
put
told you that there's nothing a woman hates more than to see a man sitting down?
You've got to
Let me
have
tell
your
you.
own space, don't you? Don't you have a TV and game? It's just like room. I don't understand it.
I have a PlayStation and I have a living room. And if my wife sees me sitting down, it's like, you're just gonna let me clean all day?
I don't understand. John must have been really carrying it with the gaming back then, because that's why
I,
you reviewed game menus and shit. You're like, this text is like Times New Roman when I would prefer an Arial Black. Like, and you're doing a show once a week? How the hell did you do that for like 2 years?
I don't. Well, I
I don't.
also wasn't really getting my master's either, and I wasn't. You know, my
I just
daughter
don't
wasn't getting
understand it.
homeschooled.
So Paul talked a lot about his health. I'm gonna end up talking a lot about the games. But what we're gonna
no,
do,
I got the 50%. Anyway,
I want to know
Lego
what your
tradition.
history. What's your history with not Last of Us? We talked about that before. What's your history with Horizon Zero Dawn?
So Horizon Zero Dawn, like I, like many of my depression episodes, I was in a low period. I wasn't in a low period, but I had went from being a professional. I was a computer programmer, and that's when I had, it was right after my cancer, and I didn't want to be a computer programmer anymore. So I went and I got a job with FedEx, and I was a FedEx driver, and I was a little bummed, but I got to meet some really cool other couriers who were into gaming, and this one guy who was passionate about Horizon Zero Dawn, like he was passionate. And I was just like, oh, yeah, it's really good. And he goes, yeah, you got to play it. He goes, the story's amazing, blah, 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 blah. And I just got so, like, it took, I don't want to say it took the depression away, but it allowed me to escape into this world where, like, so, like, spoiler alert, 2017, anybody doesn't know what Horizon Zero Dawn is about.
Everybody's played it by now, I'm sure. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter. Spoil it.
Yeah, you start off as Aloy, and you're on Earth, which has destroyed itself. Humans have destroyed itself 3 times over, you know. and you're like the third iteration of humans. But there's these mechanical machines around. I remember asking the guy at work, I'm like, whose machines? If this is all tribes and like wooden sticks and everything, I'm like, who's it? And he's like, you just wait, the story gets great. And I was just like, okay. And I just got like, so it was like the Last of Us type obsession. And I just got so enamored by the story. Being a computer guy, my background being IT and everything, I just got so enamored by the story and how it pulled everything together. I mean, so basically it's a big server. You're Aloy.
Well,
They
hold
call
on.
you.
Since,
They call you they call you the chosen one. You don't know why. Most of the people don't know why either. But it's basically because your mom was like the director of Homeland Security or whatever, and she created a program that would destroy the Earth. And you're the chosen one that's up in this mountain, which is basically just a server, and the cave only opens because it sees your face. So
yeah. Okay, we don't need the whole story play by play.
I was
Hold
just
on.
saying. I was just
Jesus,
saying.
hold on. Fuck.
Anyway,
God.
sorry.
Okay, so it
Back to
sounds to
Lego.
me. No.
Oh, okay.
You are frustrating the shit out of me today. If I could reach through the screen and slap you. Let's get some organization here. Okay,
My
so it sounds to
brain
me.
is all over the place.
It sounds obviously you're just rambling on and on. It sounds to me like it takes you a depressive period to really connect with the game because you don't finish very much. You don't have a lot of games that you love, but
No.
Last of Us is one of them when you had cancer.
Oh, yeah,
And then
yeah.
you just were talking about how depressed you were in this period and you found this game, another that you attached to. So
Right.
it sounds like you need you got to find stuff in those little periods to really get you to like get into a game and actually talk about it and play it and stuff like that. So we just need depressive Paul around more and I'll start throwing games at him or something. So anyway,
the message here is, folks, get depressed.
The story doesn't freaking matter. I just want to talk about the game in general because I had never played this series. My introduction
Which I
to
found amazing.
and everybody does. Whenever I mention it, everybody's like, because I'm a huge PlayStation guy. I play only PlayStation pretty much, and I just
Right.
never did Horizon, but I tried to. So back when it first released, I bought it brand new, and my nephew came over, and I was going to start it, but I'm like, here, you can go ahead and start it. I'll watch you play. He got so into it in the first 2-3 hours of playing it, he's like, can I borrow it for the weekend? And then I never saw it again. So I never played the series because I already bought it for $50, and like I was like, I think when it came down to $15, I picked it up, but I never played it again. So I did finally do about 2 years ago for streams. I did about 20 hours on it, so I picked it back up, jumped back into it, and I wasn't really digging it at the time. But by the end of it, I loved the series. Like I had such a good time hunting giant machines and stuff. That's the coolest part about it. Probably is the fighting and stuff. I was so tentative at first. You see these big machines, and you're like, can I even approach it? Can I like you take a couple shots, the thing runs you over and like crushes you, and you're just like, what the shit? Like that's how I was dealing the first like third of the game. Like I was scared of everything. I'm like sneaking up on everything.
What did I tell you via text? I said it was like jumping in the middle of a demolition derby, just metal flying everywhere.
Right? You come across a herd of those bison type machines, and like they're always in packs of like 4 to 6, and all of a sudden you're getting trampled and bounced by like 6 different freaking machines. Right. So my point was that I started off real tentative and scared of like everything, but by the end of it, I'm like fucking okay, whatever. Three sawtooths, two of the stealth guys, and like a big dude. Like I'll run in there and I'm like hopping, diving, throwing, shooting from underneath them, dodging their legs. Like it just became so incredibly fun. I wasn't scared of anything, and I was just like, I'll take on whatever you throw at me with my freaking bow.
Right.
So it was pretty badass. I loved it. So, and story wise, I didn't understand why people kept telling me the story is amazing because it really was not interesting me until it finally got a little, technological, and you finally understand that she's a clone of Elizabeth or whatever who did the Gaia program, and then Hades was created. So that's when it became more interesting. But it fell kind of flat at the end, and then the last final boss, the Deathbringer, I took him down in like 2 minutes, and I was like very, very underwhelmed. I was like, that was it right there. I just did 68 hours in this game, and that was the final boss.
I don't know. Maybe they just ran out of funds, or they just were up against a deadline. That's how.
That's probably how they wanted it in it. But it just was a little underwhelming to me. Other than that, I love it. I can't wait to play Forbidden West. I had to pick up Call of the Mountain right after. We'll talk about that after we talk about Lego.
The one right after that is Burning Shores, and that's all L.A.
Is that what it's called? Forbidden West, I thought. But are you talking about DL?
That's the second one.
Oh, you're talking about DLC. Yeah, I do have
The
Frozen
DLC,
Wilds.
yeah,
Frozen
Burning
Wilds is on
Shores
there.
is about LA, appropriately named.
Because California's always on fire.
I don't know if that was their intention or not, but it was just always funny to me when I always read it, Burning Shores. But yeah, so like I always, like now that you talk about the depressive episodes, if I think back on all the depressive episodes, like what are my favorites? Like Alan Wake,
Yeah,
like just
you tend to connect with these games when you feel like hopeless or something, and you
maybe
lose
it's the
yourself.
stories.
But
I
it
don't
is, you
know.
lose yourself in the story, and that's just it. It's a distraction. So when we sit there and we're depressed, our mind races, we fixate on things, we can spiral into a depression and make it worse by just thinking ourselves to death. So
I
the fact
mean,
that you're putting a game in front of you that's pulling you into another world, like that's why you're connecting with this because emotionally you're not doing well, but you're putting that distraction up there, and it's giving you
that's true
something
too. I
to
mean, you
look
just
at.
describing the game to me, I was like, oh, I gotta play this game again.
I
Like I
know.
just,
I was having so much fun dodging freaking machines and stuff, man. I just felt like a badass. I felt like get a little short of breath. I'm like, fuck,
right?
man.
Yeah. I just gotta finish. I just gotta finish Forbidden West. That's all.
I
And then
never got
I'm at
used to
the
the
end.
alligators though. Those
Oh,
alligator
the alligator.
machines can kiss my freaking ass. I hate them. I avoid them at all cost. If there
Oh
was a
God.
trophy for getting a certain amount of them, probably didn't get it. You know,
Yeah.
stupid alligators. And they always come in packs of 2 and 3, and they just wreck your shit. Anyway,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
here's the problem though. Okay, so I did do Zero Dawn with the 68 hours,
Right.
but I kind of played and beat Horizon Adventures first without knowing anything about the story really, and not having a real experience in Horizon, which I
Right.
now regret. But go ahead, let's talk about Horizon
That's
Legacy.
interesting because I didn't think like. Okay. So
I thought it
anyway.
wouldn't matter. It's a Lego game. I mean, it
Yeah,
wouldn't matter.
so basically it continues the Lego tradition of games since Lego started making these licensed games back for the PC. What's the first one that you remember? What's the first licensed
So
one?
I know
Lego's been making games since
there's
the
so
90s.
many Lego games. I mean, they started on the 360 and PS2 and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah.
I think all I've really played though was the Star Wars ones, like the early Star
Right.
Wars, and
That's the ones that I
that's it.
remember. Yeah.
And they were fun. They were fantastic. I did maybe like an hour on Jurassic Park, and
Yeah.
I did a little Lego Batman 2, I think it was, or 3, and those were fun. Those were all kind of engaging. You go to
Right.
these big moments you remember from the movies, and you build
And
stuff, and
Indy.
you
They did an Indiana Jones one
yeah,
too
yeah.
back
Or
in the
maybe I said
2000s.
no. Yeah, Indiana Jones is what I meant. Not Jurassic Park. I did a little bit of
Oh,
Indiana
okay.
Jones.
All right.
But
I don't know because I don't remember all of them because I always saw them as kid games, and I was
that's
like,
what
oh,
everybody
that's cute.
thinks.
And I was like, oh, that's cute. Yeah, that's cute. The way that um, you know, the main crux of every Lego game was like when you got hit, all the blocks went everywhere. That
I'm
was
just
their
gonna say,
that
and
was
for
their
people on
signature.
YouTube, you can be an adult and still do Lego. I mean, shit. I'm showing Piranha Plant right here. It's literally sitting next to me, and I have a friggin' Van Gogh's Starry Night I still have to do. Like I never did Lego since I was a kid, and I guarantee everybody listening to us right now, we've all played with Lego. You
Oh,
had
of
to.
course.
You had a
I've
bucket
played
of
Lego
freaking
since.
Legos at home that you would pour out all over the blanket and make a
Yeah.
mess and step on them later, and your dad would want to kick your ass because you got
Right.
Lego in the foot. Oh wait, that's
Yeah. I mean,
just
that
my
was
dad.
like I'm 54 and I was playing Legos and they were somewhat known at the time. So like that's
My
how
first
old
adult
Legos are.
set was last year, and I did the Great Wave, and it was fun. It was distracting, and then I did this Game
Yeah.
Boy here, a couple of months ago when that released. The Game Boy was really fun to build. It's pretty cool. I'm
Now it
showing that on
works
YouTube
like a
too.
regular Game Boy, right?
It doesn't work at all. You can.
It.
People have wired it. They've modded it and stuff like that, and made it
Oh,
turning into
okay.
working. But
That's what I
no,
was
it's
gonna say
just
because that's what I see on TikTok all the
the
time.
the
People
buttons
turning it
really
on.
feel
I'm
like the
like,
buttons
oh,
though. Directional pad is squishy like a real directional pad because you actually put in rubber underneath those to make them feel like real buttons. The directional pad is kind of cool.
yeah.
So it's fun. So
Okay.
Lego is still
All
fun,
right.
and so it does. The games don't have to be for kids. I mean,
So anyway, this game it carries the tradition of all the Lego games that have come in the past. The game is really like basically, what if we created a game with every dad joke you ever created or heard in your life? That's basically the game. It just comes along and it just makes like little quips, little jokes, and you're
mhm.
like, oh, that's cute, blah 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 blah. But this is unique because the past ones were like fun fantasy, right? Past ones were always like, this is Star Wars. I guess that's more of like a lore and stuff. It has a deep lore, um, uh, a deep lore like Indy and all these others. But this one was different because this, like Harry Potter, Indy, but Horizon is more like emotional than that. It's about humanity. Like nothing was created that was like post-apocalyptic like this.
Yeah,
You know,
this is humanity after everything was destroyed, or pretty much everything was destroyed.
right. This one takes like the most serious, emotional post-apocalyptic stories ever told.
It turns it into like a
tragic backstory. Humanity raising a single dad, Yost, or what's his name, raising Aloy, and just barely surviving. Like, it just takes all these deep things, and then it just makes them all like they just all came out of a Happy Meal. You know, and it just kind of like that's just basically what it does. You know?
It felt to me like it was just kind of like a buddy friendship story. It's like, with the power of friendship, we can do anything. Like,
right?
That's kind of how it felt. It was, and I didn't have a connection to the characters yet. I wrote down the names of the characters. Let me see, because we can talk about it. They do play differently. Where's my Lego Horizon stuff? So we got Aloy, obviously, and she's great with her bow and stuff like that. She gets little modifications of different types of bows, just like she does in the game.
Right.
Who is the guy with the spear? Because he ended up being my Varl. Okay,
Varl.
He's the black guy in the Horizon.
But he's in the next one. You're going to meet him in the next one.
I thought he
combined all of them.
Oh, maybe I'm thinking of a different black guy in the Zero Dawn then. Okay, but he was awesome because I honestly ended up. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was at the end. I was talking to him, I thought. Anyway, whatever.
Okay.
He's awesome. I ended up using him exclusively towards the end because I stopped caring about leveling them all up equally, because he's got a spear he throws, but it also like triple hits, and so you could literally just mash your way through the entire game with him with his spear. It really would take no other skill because he's so powerful and then all the pickups he gets too just makes him more powerful with boomerang spears and stuff like that too. So it's like you could have just mashed your way through the whole game. There could have been no skill to it with him.
Who's the one that just throws chickens?
That's okay. So that's Tisa. That's the one. She's the one that's like your spiritual mentor or whatever back at the camp, the Nora camp.
Let me tell you something. She sucks.
She sucks. Holy crap! All she can do. So it's the type of thing where you hold down a button and a little meter starts moving away from you to show you how far you're going to throw something. That's all you can do.
Throw chickens. Yeah.
And here's the thing that really pissed me off. I never used her again because her voicing is annoying as shit. Didn't that drive? She's repeating the same phrases over and over and over.
I mean, nothing is as annoying as Pygon, but
it's just hearing the same thing was driving me absolutely mad. So I quit using her. And then who else did we have?
So there's
the guy with the hammer. What's his buddy's name?
I
liked him in the game. He's a nice guy.
Yeah, he was good.
I didn't write it down. That sucks.
Yeah.
He was a cool guy, but he was too slow. It just wasn't fun. So it really came down to using Aloy or Alloy. Is it Aloy or Alloy?
I say Aloy.
I think it is Aloy.
What they said in the game.
Okay. Okay. I don't know.
Not
I came down to using Aloy or Varl.
Not
Alloy.
Alloy.
But it did. What was kind of cool though is they implemented the whole like weak spots on the monsters and stuff. You still had to use your focus to highlight where their weak spots were, and then your shooting would kind of be more homing in on those weak spots. So you still had to play it like the Horizon game in Lego style.
I think I also shared this on Twix when I said if there was a Last of Us Lego, I think I'd play that.
That'd be cool.
Now that I could see how they pull that off. I mean, it's like, hey, remember the great story of Horizon and how deep it was? A kid's comedy now.
Yeah, what would they do? What would they do to The Last of Us? It turned into like a slapstick zombie game or something like that.
I was like, if in 2017 they were like, hey, now it's Lego, I think it would have been laughed at pretty hard. Yeah. Like, I don't think it would have been taken as seriously as it is today. I mean, it's Horizon. Survive, adapt, overcome, but much more like relaxed. It's like, oh yeah,
it's just chill. And this is the reason why. Okay, here's the reason why we were even doing why is Dad's Game Review reviewing a Lego game? Well, this one flopped, and it's based on a first party IP, but done by an outside company, and it didn't sell well. It was the quickest I've ever seen a Lego game go to $20. It released at 60, which is ridiculous. I swear to God, less than a month I paid $20 for it, and then it was put on PS Plus like a month and a half later. So they couldn't get anybody to play this.
No, that was crazy to me.
So I thought, how bad can the Lego game be? Like, really?
Right.
So
it's cute.
I just wanted to play it, and honestly, it wasn't really a challenge whatsoever. It was repetitive as shit. Like, You just go through the same level with nothing really happening 4 times over in each area, and then a fifth time you fight a boss, and it's just the levels.
That's Lego though.
But they all look so the same. That's not what I remember about Lego. I remember playing these like epic moments in Star Wars Lego and these epic moments in Indiana Jones. There was no epic moments. There was going back to another level and walking through it, fighting a few monsters, and that's it. Like
maybe that was its downfall. Maybe
I kept waiting for something to happen, like big stuff, because there's big moments in the game, and they show you a few, but nothing ever really happened in the game. I felt like I was forcing myself through all these levels just to get to that boss fight, which ended up usually being too easy.
Yeah.
So
I never really, you know what? I should have reminded myself by playing maybe like a Lego Batman or something.
Yeah, because I remember even with Batman, like all these epic moments where you have to like fly through the thing or race the Batmobile, or like you're coming in, you're fighting Joker, like it's just cool stuff.
Because I don't remember it being like this. I don't.
No, this was just so dull. It was you were forced through.
Level up, go back through the same forest, and
that's just it. They want you to get to level 30 with each. My friend platinumed this game. Can you imagine that? He actually grinded out leveling every character to 30. And the thing that it upgrades, it only gives you more health or like more ammo, or like it doesn't even make you stronger or anything like that. It's just minor bonuses. So that guy, he actually grinded. I'm talking about you, Dad's Game Room. Yeah, my friend is Dad's Game Room.
It's not that hard. I'm not gonna, it's not that hard to grind through this.
It got a little challenging towards the end. They did give you some bigger fights, but mainly they just overwhelmed you with too many things, and you couldn't because you're a stupid little Lego character. You couldn't maneuver very well. There's no dodge. There's no dodge. There's jump.
Aloy has a power up that's a dodge.
Yeah, but otherwise you just jump and run around. There's no way to dodge really out of the way.
It's probably why the fights are so like forgiving. Like I can't tell you how many times I've beaten one of the quote unquote bosses where I've had like half a heart left, and I was like, oh crap, I beat it. Like,
you weren't even paying attention.
Yeah, because they were very forgiving. But it's a Lego game. It's for kids. They're all supposed to be forgiving like this.
I still don't feel like it's for kids. I feel like I can have fun with one. I just need to find one that I have fun with, because I had fun with Star Wars. I had fun with Batman. I didn't really have fun with Lego Horizon.
Well, kids today and video games are not. I mean, see, when we were playing games,
of course,
the game. Hard was hard. Like Castlevania was hard.
Everything was hard back in the 80s and 90s. Like NES and Genesis were not forgiving.
There was no games for kids. Like, today kids know how to do. Like, you're afraid. Like, could you imagine? Like, what is it? I was telling somebody at work the other day. I was like, it used to be like if somebody tried to get into a fight with you, it was like you were like, all right, well, at least I know how to like defend myself. Now it's like every kid is a UFC master. You're afraid even like pick a fight with them or something, because you don't know, because that's just the way games work nowadays. They're starting earlier. It doesn't have to be dumbed down as much, because they're like, hey, kids have reflexes of a rabbit.
Yeah, they're out there playing Fortnite, pissing off 40-year-olds playing Fortnite, being taken up by a 12-year-old.
Right, that alone. Speaking of Fortnite, Horizon Hunters and Gatherers.
So that I'm pumped about. Look at that. And just the timing, we're recording this podcast, and then yesterday morning, Horizon Hunters and Gatherers or whatever is announced. The art style threw me right away. That was weird. Did you look it up and everything?
I did. I watched it.
It's kind of a cartoony.
It's Fortnite.
It's Fortnite, and that's what sucks. It's a Fortnite looking type thing. I mean,
and I was just like, is this, and then the guy who developed it was on there, and he was talking about his passions and blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, is this like a really, like, is he being pressured to just because it's making money right now? Or is it like is this really his passion? Like you start to question things, but like, I don't want to take away from the guy's, if this is really his passion.
No, every damn company's goal is to hit it big with a live service game, because they are money milkers for long periods of time. The thing is, so many of them fail in a couple of years that they just keep releasing them despite people not asking for them. We don't want more live service game. Give us single player experiences. I'm not talking for everybody. I'm sure some of y'all out there love the Call of Duty and Fortnite and stuff, but that's not a majority of gamers what they want. Like, right. And but I'm excited about this. I love 3-player co-op, 4-player co-op stuff, 3, 4, whatever it is. I think it's 3. And you hunting tactical. You guys go out together, co-op, take down giant monsters. I loved going out with my buddies on Helldivers, taking out giant bugs. Like it's fun. So I like the idea of it, but that really is every company's like big goal, is to hit it big with a live service game and can cash in on $1 billion like Fortnite's done. So
right. Right. And that's the thing that that's the thing that bothers me, Like, let me pick something
Oh,
out.
we're picking stuff apart. Okay. All right. Well, let's see what this is today.
Welcome to Paul's Picks.
All right.
I'm all for like people getting on there and being like, this is our passion. This is our okay, look. I know I don't talk about Myst a lot, but
You mean
I don't talk
every
about
episode pretty much you reference
I know I
it?
don't talk about but the thing that gets me with like this reminded like when I saw this, the Hunters and Gatherers reminded me of like so the creators of Myst are the Rand brothers, right? This is whatever their names. That's their last name, Rand. They're known as the Rand brothers, right? And what they did was like they came out with their latest game, not the one that we played, but one right before that, and it was called like Oblivion or something, Abduction or something like that, right? But they and like every week they came out with a video about how much progress they were making and I was just talking to Chris, the original host, and I was like, if these guys get done patting themselves on the back for like 5 minutes, this game would be out already. Like, and I just feel like that's the way it goes. Like, that's the thing. That's just what they do. It's like, oh, you mean another game where I'm just like in the middle of nowhere and I have to piece it back together going backwards with these stupid puzzles. Like, it's just, that's their theme. That's their thing. And I just hate to see them take something like, why can't we just leave Horizon alone? Like, they couldn't just leave Ghostbusters alone.
It has to. Everything
Like,
has
they
to.
had to have
Everything
a
has to
two.
change.
Like, it
Everything
just,
has to change and grow, and everything has to cash in on whatever the hype is at the current time. I'm surprised they didn't make a Horizon Souls-like roguelite.
I just want games to have a progression where people come out with something that's innovative and new each time.
What? Where have you been the last 25 years?
They do this with movies too, and they just keep piling on. And
it's like, recycled garbage over and over. Yearly
why
releases.
Why do they keep doing that? Like, I just don't get it.
Because people keep buying it. If people stopped buying it, they'd be like, "Uh-oh, we got to do something else."
Next week, we're going to review Jesus Christ Simulator.
Oh, no. Are we really going to play that?
No.
You're going to make me play that?
I'm going to play it. I don't know about you.
I guess so. I just don't want to waste $15 if it's stupid. This is total way to bounce to a tangent, dude. What the hell were we even talking about?
I'm just talking about ruining things. Like, I just like them going over to Hunters and Gatherers and then watching the video and this guy talking about this being his passion. And I was just like, that's great and everything, but it just looks like Fortnite and it just feels pressured. It feels like
what they're looking for. It's going to be microtransactions and skins and all that kind of stuff. That's exactly what they're going for. So and yeah, it pissed off a lot of people, and a lot of people were really thrown by the art style and stuff. And the only thing that appeals to me, and straight up this sentence, 3-player co-op. That's it. That's all that appeals to me. I love playing co-op with people. So, and the fact that it's in the Horizon world, you can take on giant monsters and stuff, sounds decent. That's all I'm going to say about it. That's fine.
All right. What else did you play?
Oh, that's right. So I forgot I did I guess this would be considered the bonus game. Look at you sliding that in there. Nice job. Nice job. All right, bonus game time.
I did play It Takes Two, by the way.
Oh, you were playing that a little bit?
With a neighbor, yeah.
I was wondering with a neighbor, huh?
So
you got to kind of experience how that is?
Well, because he was like, what games are you playing? Because he knows I do this podcast and stuff, and he knows I play video games all the time. So, all the time, meaning like I slip in 2 hours.
I was just going to say all the time, and he couldn't finish a 5-hour Lego game in a month. So
to him, it's all the time. Yeah, to him, it's all the time. Outsiders, I'm fucking king.
You're Mr. Gamer to him, huh? You're the cool guy. Paul's the cool guy.
So I played It Takes Two. That's pretty fun. That game's pretty fun.
It's awesome, and that's what it is. I love working together with people. I will not play competitive online. I mean, I did it a little bit with Battlefield, but otherwise, if we got a co-op thing, I'm in.
Yeah.
So my bonus game was I went ahead and just decided to fill out the trilogy and try the VR, which is called Call of the Mountain.
Oh, yeah.
And I haven't touched my VR in over a year. And this has actually spurred something in me because I forget how freaking cool PSVR is until I put the damn thing on. And I always feel like it's this big deal. Like, I got to plug it in. I got to get set up. I got to calibrate. I got to do. It takes like 3 minutes. Not even that.
It's not like the PSVR 1.
It's nothing like the PSVR 1. I keep forgetting that because I literally was set up and ready to go and in the game in like 3 minutes. Okay. It's really simple. So
that was the only reason I never used the VR 1.
The VR 1 is rough. Yeah, it took too much setup.
This card, this goes into there, and this button.
And you didn't want to leave it hooked up all the time. Yeah, it was rough. But they made it so much more accessible. It's one single plug. You pop it in, you put it on, you scan your room, you're ready to go. So I love PSVR and what it's actually spurred because I can't stream right now. Starlink can still kiss my ass,
Yeah, you
and I
tell
have no stability to be able to stream. So I'm going to start recording content. I decided I'm going to do a little series on YouTube called Josh Escapes Reality.
me.
And I'm going to
Sorry, I wish I
play.
had something for you. I didn't
I'm
even think to get it.
I literally have probably about 20 PSVR 2 games down there still sealed that I've never opened, never played. And so they want my community keeps telling me they're like, you got to create content, do something else. Like I'm all depressed because I can't stream, but
Right.
so I'm going to start recording me trying out all these VR games. I did 2 recordings last night. I did a little drumming on Drums Rock, and I did a little Horizon Call
That's
of the Mountain,
awesome.
and it's fun. So Call of the Mountain right away throws you in a boat. You're a nameless well, I'm sure you have a name. I can't remember what it is. You're just a Karja soldier.
Yeah.
That you're just in a boat. You're being taken by a couple Nora,
Right.
and it's just gorgeous right away. You're on the water. You're looking around, and that you are in the jungle of Zero Dawn. Like
Oh, wow.
it's just gorgeous. You can see the mountain up in the
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
You're going through everything and walking around, and it really puts you in the world. And you can reach out and touch everything. You can pick up stuff and move it around. You actually fight just like the fighting in the game. I was wondering how they were going to do fighting because it's
Yeah.
kind of weird in VR.
Right.
You dodge with your right analog stick, you look around with your left, and you literally, so you have to grab your bow off your back with this motion.
Oh,
You pull out with this motion, I'm showing on YouTube,
yeah.
and you fire off freaking bow and arrow. Like you're
Yeah,
constantly doing this and firing stuff and locking on, and you're trying to pop off their little pieces and parts, and they're coming at you, and it's intense when you've got a giant freaking sawtooth lunging at you in VR, and you're like, I need to get the shit out of the way, and you're trying to
Yeah.
pop off, like you're doing all the motions. It's a full body. My shoulders get sore. I
Yeah,
actually called
I
it.
bet.
I called it a climbing simulator because a majority of it is just climbing, and
It's
your arms are up here the whole time.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you have to do a little. It's like a real rest hold. When climbers have to take a break,
Right.
you
Yeah,
gotta stop
yeah.
and hold on there for a second, like shake your arms out, and you're like, man, I'm getting tired.
It's
Like
kind
it's
it's
legitimately a workout for yourself. So I've had a blast with it. I'm only 2.5 hours in. I recorded about an hour of it last night, and it's just so fun to goof around in VR and stuff. Like there's really no other experiences like it. If you haven't
Right.
played, people talk shit about PSVR. That's so stupid. Have you played it? No, it's just stupid.
Yeah, I know.
When
People
you
always
put
have
it on,
opinions.
when you
Yeah.
put it on, you will change your mind.
Yeah. I've yet to put one on. I mean, like I said, I had the PSVR one, but the whole setting it up thing always deterred me from playing it ever again.
Yeah, it traumatized me
So,
so bad. I still get too. I've been too paralyzed to even set up the one I have. But it only took a couple minutes the other day, and now I'm going to start playing more regularly. I have so many games to play on it. Plus, I have Plus Premium, which comes with PSVR 2 games that I haven't even
okay.
done anything with.
I'm
So
surprised that hasn't taken off as much as people wanted. Like, I just
no,
don't.
VR is a gimmick. It's never going to be mainstream. It's
You don't
just
think ever?
it
I
takes
mean,
too much effort. You have to be engaged. A lot of gamers just want to sit, veg, and press buttons with the
I
little
mean,
movement as possible.
my barber had on Ray-Bans that were smart glasses. He was pretty.
Yeah, somebody was talking about those one of the patients today, but it's just like I don't know. I don't know. Just fun. It's just I don't know what else to say about it. Like you have to experience it to understand what I'm saying, how intense it can be. But it was a full body workout, and I can only play for an hour at a time, hour and a half maybe tops, because it does get tiring.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you can sit there and play Assassin's Creed for 6 hours with barely any movement. So that's the difference. I can't play
Oh, that's good.
long
Yeah,
time
no.
on VR or anything. But if you have a VR
The
or you're thinking
the
about it.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, that's all. I'm just saying it really is incredibly fun. I'm just telling you, I love it. I feel stupid for not touching it for a year, and I recommend it because it's dropped in price. They took it down $100. So,
So was it $299?
man, it's a
Oh
cool
wow.
experience. But
I should have
like I
bought
said,
that
it's a
instead of
gimmick.
Portal.
People may not play it. A lot of people say they buy it and they just don't end up playing it. So,
I think so because a lot of people had the same thing. Because remember the Quest, this is one from Facebook. Meta has one, and everybody
yeah.
seems to have one. Xbox doesn't, but
The only one that's really succeeded well is the Meta one because they made it more mainstream priced, whereas like the Vive and stuff like that were all like the $800 to $1,000 ones and stuff.
yeah, that was just crazy. I mean, that's just the way it is, though. I mean, I had when I had the PlayStation VR 1, I had that's when Resident Evil 7 was out, and they
It's
included the
terrifying.
VR version
Yeah,
of it.
I couldn't play
And
that very long.
I had it on, and I thought it was the most amazing thing. And that was the only time I used it, is when I put it on somebody's head. And I was like, I would go up to like one specific part where I knew people would get scared. And I just like left it there, and I was like, okay, you ready? You ready?
Yeah, I
You
tell you
know?
what, I'm gonna try, and I've never played other than an hour of Resident Evil 7. It was intense. I'm gonna try. I have Village and I have Resident Evil 4, and I also have Madison, which is terrifying. I'm gonna try some
Oh,
horror in
Madison with
VR.
with the
Yeah, and I'm gonna
phone.
record myself because I'm highly reactive and I scream like a
Madison's
girl.
great.
Like I don't even pretend. I have a very high pitched scream.
Yeah,
So, and me with a headset on, like totally lost, losing my
yeah.
shit. So follow me on YouTube. Watch this on YouTube. I'm gonna try and post some stuff there. I already got my buddy making a thumbnail for me for Josh Escapes Reality.
That's great. That's great. You want to talk about some news?
Sure. Didn't you say you have none?
And now it's time for
What did I
gaming
say?
news.
Wait, what?
Didn't you say you like have none?
I don't have any. You said you had like 4 pages.
Yes, but that's just more of me talking. People are sick of it.
No, I have one. You ready? I'll tell you.
Okay,
about my
I'm
one.
prepared.
And
So
then
prepared. Go.
Valve claims Steam machine testing shows the majority of the games run at 4K 60 via.
Well, they fucking should by now.
But they've yet to come out with a price or release date or any other information about
Yeah,
it.
they actually said, yeah, there was a statement yesterday that said we were really hoping to have a price and stuff for you guys right now. But honestly, the memory card thing, they're manufacturing these. They're not made yet. Whereas PlayStation has said we already got more than enough memory for the rest of 2026 and into 2027. Steam is having to, or Valve is having to make these and manufacture them, and memory is out of control for the near future to like 2028. It's going to be overpriced as hell, so they can't give us a price and stuff right now because
I understand. Like, what is taking so long? Like, they
the memory issue. AI has ruined our memory issue. It has taken all these data centers and stuff have taken all our memory, so it's overpriced. It's not being manufactured in fast enough supply. AI. This is another thing AI is fucking up, and it's just. So now,
way to go, AI.
If I did not buy my brand new computer the month that I did back in October, ordered it in October, I wouldn't have had a new computer. I would just not pay the prices of what it's going with right now. Like it's gotten insane. Yeah, it's so ridiculous. I paid an extra $100 to double my memory, and now it would cost $350 to $400 to double the memory the same way I did for $100. So it's crazy. It's crazy. Anyway,
that was it. It was just that one that annoys me that they didn't come out with anything. I mean, they have to have an idea. They have an idea of what this costs.
They do. They're also just still testing the waters and seeing what people are okay with and what they can
get
away with.
Yeah,
they're gonna probably do. They're gonna do $6.99, I think, or $7.99, I think.
And nobody's gonna buy it.
No, $6.99. They might get away with it. I don't know.
For a machine that streams. Yeah, I got something like that. It's called a computer.
We talked about this last time. We talked about who the Steam machine is actually for, because my computer's hooked to my TV. I can play Steam on my TV on my couch that I'm sitting on right now.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like,
so I don't have a use for it. Although I do like console interfaces and stuff like that. It makes it a lot easier than doing computer stuff. But that's it. I don't know.
Anyway,
we'll find out.
Let me give you one more.
Okay, please.
There's an MTV simulator. Did you know that?
What does it simulate? Having music on it?
Yeah, MTV simulator that has 25,000 plus music videos, and apparently is very cool. I don't know why. I don't know. I don't know what it does. I should have did more research on it, but I just never.
You know, it was something I loved back in the day on PS1. There was a game that came out. It was called MTV Music Generator, and they made 2 of them. And it literally was just a screen where you could remix samples of music and place them on the screen and then make music. And I was making these 2-minute clips that I felt like a badass because I was already a musician at the time. And it was loaded with hundreds and hundreds of samples that you could mix a DJ and write music with. And they released 2 of these, MTV Music Generator 1 and 2. If you guys are ever curious, it was honestly a lot of fun.
This seems to like you can create the video now, and then it comes with like the original MTV broadcast, and you could even input the VJs from the 80s in there, like Kurt Loder and Nina Blackhead or whatever her name was.
That's crazy.
And just like it would like you could just like boot up your own video, and then it'll have like VJs introduce it and everything like that. From what I hear, it's pretty cool. But I'll never buy it.
Hey, fellow old people, boring. Kurt Loder's in like his 70s. just to freak
Right.
y'all out. Yeah.
The creator of the don't they call him the Podfather?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, we're old. Jesus Christ. Okay, I'll probably cut out like half this news. Oh God, I have
Okay. You
so much.
good?
Or maybe I'll record my own video and post it up of just me talking about news because I have
All
so
right.
much
Do
here.
two.
Let's see.
Pick the two.
No, the Ubisoft big
Other
announcement.
than
Division.
other than
Division.
why aren't Lara Croft's boobs as big? And why do they keep getting smaller in each iteration of Tomb Raider? Go ahead.
Wow, what
Sorry.
chats were you in? What? I didn't even see anybody mention
I
that.
don't know.
Okay, he's
Go
making
ahead,
up things
sorry.
he's got a problem with, apparently. Larger. All right, so big
Go ahead.
announcement for Division. Division 3 is announced, and that's huge. And they did a big update for Division 2. And normally I would never care, but
Right.
Division, I put 80 hours in accidentally too this year. I tried it with the friends for like 2 hours for a stream, and it was addictive as shit. So I'm hella pumped for Division 3. What's cool is they went ahead and they're still even 10 years now for the 10-year anniversary of Division 2. They came out with another massive update that actually added a whole new mode called Realism Mode, where you can get popped with one shot and die. So it just made the Division more interesting. They're keeping updating. They got a third one on the way. Who knows when, but it's coming.
Okay.
And then the next day after they announced this big announcement, they fired 60 people from their development team. Nice. Well, let me remind you, this is Ubisoft. Just to
Okay.
remind you, Ubisoft. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Where's the other Ubisoft news I have here? Because we can just rag on
Was
them
it
for a
about
while.
Myst?
Here we go. We're just
They
gonna
were the
keep going with
publishers
you.
of Myst.
We're gonna. Will you shut the fuck up about Myst? I swear to God. Ubisoft again. I actually was chronicling the fall of Ubisoft for the first year of us doing this.
Yeah.
Okay, so they announced their restructuring. So they split their games between different studios. They now have certain studios covering like 2 games and certain studios covering like Assassin's Creed. So that one studio that's covering Division, they
Right.
made their big announcement and they fired their own people the next day. These were $1.25 billion studio splits. Okay. And with
Okay.
doing this, they decided to do us a bunch of favors for the gamers. They canceled 6 games. They canceled the Prince of Persia Sands of Time remake. They delayed 7 other games. Along with the Black Flag remake from Assassin's Creed. They've completely buried Watch Dogs. There's no chance of making any more of those. And they canceled Splinter Cell, which was going to make a huge comeback. Oh, and they canceled an Assassin's Creed Civil War game because of racism in the US. So Ubisoft is having a great time, and they've just went ahead and canceled all this shit. They've split their division. They're losing money like crazy.
Yeah.
They canceled Star Wars Outlaws 2. But yet, what's funny is this legendary, never-existing game, Beyond Good and Evil 2, somehow still exists and is in production. And it's been 20 years since it was announced. Okay.
Right.
And somehow they swear it's still coming. I loved the first one. I was hyped for this 15, 20 years ago. And somehow with everything they canceled, all those big name games, they say Beyond Good and Evil 2 is still coming. So Ubisoft's value of their company was
Is it sort of like The Last of Us 3 is still coming?
No, he said multiple times. I'm not guaranteeing shit on that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
He's pretty smart about it. Yeah.
So Ubisoft's value overall, this is why I was documenting the fall of Ubisoft. They were worth $11 billion 8 years ago. They're now worth $600 million. That's a little bit of a loss. They are at their lowest value right now in 15 years. Oh, and they fired 2,000 of their developers.
Of course. Of course.
And they've also admitted that they are going to be using, they don't give a shit anymore. They're going to be using what's called player-facing generative AI. They're one of the first companies. There's been a couple, but they were just like, you know what? We're not going to pretend. We're going to put actual gameplay AI in our games. Right. People have been using placeholder AIs and stuff like that, which was, what Expedition 33 was accused of. But they're just straight up saying we're going to go ahead and make gameplay content with AI, whether you like it or not.
Right.
So that's my Ubisoft information.
Okay.
Boy, so much freaking stuff. Jesus Christ. Oh, okay. So here was a big release, not a big release. There was some hype behind it because this dude that was creating it, it's called Code Violet. Right. He was going out there. He said he's going to make the first anti-woke game. So it's going to be fucking hot girls and explosions and all this shit. Team Kill Media. Okay, I'll just go ahead and mention it because this dude's a tool. So it came out. Here's what he did. He only released it on PS5, and the reason for that is PC and Xbox. If you try a game or whatever, you can get a refund on it still. PS5, as soon as you play the game you've downloaded, there is no refund on it. So anybody he tricked into buying his game that came out and got a 2.8 user rating and a 29 on Metacritic, was
Right.
unable to get a return on their purchase. And to follow up with this gets even better. He went around to anybody leaving negative reviews on his game, and he started doing copyright strikes on them and reporting their stuff to try and get it taken down so nobody could talk shit about his game. Okay, remember, I'm saying that I'm not making my own opinions. I'm telling you this is someone that was making an anti-woke game. So come to your own conclusions about this. So he was copyright striking people, and weeks later now, this has been over like a month and a half since it's come out. He's still out there trying to retweet anyone that says anything nice about his game. And so big flop, scammed the people, took their money, knew it was a shit game, promoted it like the next coming of Trump, and fucking failed and fell in his ass.
I wonder how, I always say, I want to be in the room when people make these, announcements. What was I? I was in the, I want to be in the boardroom and have people just be like, all right, hear me out.
It's like that meme where you see the boardroom guys sitting all around, and when the last guy suggests something, they throw him out the window. You see that meme?
I mean, I just want to be. I want to be there when the guy finally makes that thing. What was I? It was in the store. You ever see the Reese's peanut butter cups with potato chips in it?
What?
I just want to. You ever seen that before?
No.
There's.
What the hell?
Reese's peanut butter cups makes Reese's peanut butter cups with potato chips in it. And it's just I want to be in the room where the guy's like, okay, wait, just hear me out.
Well, he was high as shit, probably.
He was just
super stoned. You know what would be, would be good.
And he just was like, wait a second, let me tell you something. Because there's they just put everything in it. There's peanut butter and jelly Reese's peanut butter cups now too.
That sounds bomb though. I'm fine with that.
I have to tell you, I had a few just to taste them, and I was like, this is amazing.
Yeah, you had a few. Did you finish the bag? We're learning self-control now, aren't we? So we don't get pancreatitis.
They come in twos. They come in 2 bags.
I only had 6.
They came in twos. I just bought 1 bag, and it was great because it comes in strawberry or grape jelly. But I just always crazy about people who come out with the craziest stuff, and they just they just move forward. It's this bro attitude, like the guy who made the Fire Festival. They just this.
Everybody thinks they've got the next hot idea, but this dude was just a piece of crap, a real piece of work. And what's funny is watching X just jump all over him and tear him apart.
But he doesn't. He doesn't care.
Okay, so
speaking of X, it goes away.
Speaking of X, I actually made a real sarcastic kind of snotty post and tagged GameStop in it, and it kind of got some attention with a lot of people kind of arguing with me and stuff. But it was announced, so.
They closed 200 more stores?
Yeah, 470 actually. And they closed 590 last year. So we've got 1,050 or something like that have been closed in the last 2 years. Back in 2024, there were 3,800 stores. Now there's 1/3 of that. But don't wait. Hold on. Hold on.
Okay.
In case you're worried about the CEO's finances.
Oh no, he's good.
Yeah, no. Because he's closing all these stores to hit his numbers. He's getting a $38 billion bonus.
Of course.
And let's all remember who saved GameStop. It was retail investors. And they've been bounced around and fucked over, and just kind of pisses me off. I don't even like going. My sarcastic post was like, oh man, they closed the GameStop next to me. Now where will I go spend 20 minutes waiting for my wife walking out buying nothing? With overpriced games walking out buying nothing or some shit like that. But just I don't know, they just piss me off, but it sucks because
I just can't believe they're still around, to be honest with you.
I'm a physical buyer, so I should love them because they're still keeping physical alive, but now they're just dying out, and
they've been dying out since forever. I mean, it's just not a
they say their future is online in the blockchain and making GameStop gaming and stuff like that, so they still have a future idea. They're not shutting down.
They should have thought of that maybe 10 years ago, but
right. So that's all I'll give you for news. I still have plenty more. Maybe I'll make a video talking about it, just kind of post it, just me talking.
All right, sounds good. What else? What are we doing? So I'm going to be in Sacramento next week. So if I'm close enough and I have a car, I'll drive over to you, and then we could have maybe a mini episode of just whatever. Maybe I'll have
to figure out logistics on it. I don't care if you come over and hang out with me, whatever.
Maybe I'll just kick the Starlink.
I am going to be far away from where you are. I know you said downtown Sacramento, so that's probably about a little over an hour drive. But
but if I have I don't know, we'll see.
All right, well, just let me know. Maybe we'll hang out and try and record something we can upload. What are we playing next time? Are we going to do the Reanimal thing? You're only
that's
gonna
right.
get like 6 days to play it before we record next.
Yeah, I know. We're gonna try Reanimal. Sorry, I hit the wrong drum.
There we go.
Reanimal. So we're gonna try and do Reanimal.
So we're both huge Little Nightmares fans, but Little Nightmares 3 was our biggest disappointment of last year.
I saw you posted already. You were like,
Yeah.
"Oh, thanks for making a real Little Nightmare."
I've been tagging Tarsier, who is the original creator of Little Nightmares 1 and 2, to be like, we love you, Dad's Game Review loves you, we fucking hate Little Nightmares 3. So give me your attention, pay attention to me.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden they're just like, "Yeah,
I'm gonna get them to listen to our damn podcast, and we're not gonna ramble for 10 minutes about medical stuff.
They're gonna have a hard time with the rest of the fans staying awake." So.
Right? All right. If you made it this far on YouTube, say something in the comments like Paul is the coolest. That'd be all. Yeah, I want to see that. I want to see that in the comments. You guys right? Paul is the coolest. All right, shit.
All right, man. All right, thanks, guys. Oh, yeah, if you want to find us, you know where to find us. We're everywhere. You can just find us at Dad's Game Review and find Josh Games.
Oh, you said my name right. He did it. You guys, we can close the show. This is the first time in recent memory that he actually put the gosh before the Josh. Thank God. All right. Peace out.
All right. See you guys later.